Well, welcome to Money with Mark Albert. Glad you're with me today. I thought, being in isolation, I'd go in the furthest, deepest, darkest corner of my office here to shoot a video just to give you an update. What I want to do is I want to talk about the job numbers for the last 4 months and what it's looked like in Canada. But then I also want to talk about what we can expect and understand and get the right perspective on what's going to happen for job numbers in Canada for March, April, and May. Now, Statistics Canada, once a month, they release the job numbers. They call them the Labor Force Survey, and I follow that. So on April the 9th, they're going to release March numbers. Those ones are going to be horrible, but I want to talk about it and give you perspective. First, if we go back to November, this past November, we had the worst day. No one was the worst job numbers. It was like negative 72,000 jobs made. No one was expecting that at all, right? So economists were expecting like it's very, a few thousand, negative job, whatever. They weren't expecting that. So then in December 2019, 35,000 jobs, which is great. January 2020, 35,000 jobs. Fantastic. Most of those were full-time. February, just this past month, we had around 30,000 jobs, which is pretty good. So now we're going to March. Now keep in mind, last week, 500,000 people, they applied for employment insurance, through EI, right? So the papers are all over. The Prime Minister mentioned there last week, he says that Service Canada received more than 500,000 applications. So that was just last week. So at midnight tonight, the governments of Ontario and Quebec, they're basically shutting down non-essential services, right? So that's going to have big impact. So there's going to be a lot of people. So if we look into March, so you should subscribe to this if you want a little commentary on what's going to happen with job numbers. But April the 9th, they're going to release March numbers, and they're going to be really bad. It's going to be horrible. But we need to get in perspective the fact that, people aren't working because the fundamentals weren't good in the Canadian economy. That wasn't it at all. It's just because of this pandemic that we have to isolate and we need to get on top of this. So we may go through several months where the employment numbers are going to be really bad. But at some point, we're going to get at a point in this process that we're in where there's going to start being better news and good news, and employers are going to be hiring back again. And we're going to see jobs growth just take off, right? So just know that this is part of a cycle. We're on the far end, over like around 11 years since we had our last recession. And so this is just a normal cycle. It just happens that this cycle is being caused by a pandemic. So we're going to get through this together. The fundamentals really good in Canada. The banking sector is solid. The federal government are pouring billions upon billions into the economy. That's going to be flooding the economy this year. They're going to make sure that the banking sector is taken care of. We can still do business. So just want to update you like that. So if you subscribe, you'll get the updates from me on the job numbers this year, because that's going to be a big part of what we're looking at and how that impacts the economy. Listen, thanks for being with me. Stay safe, be well, and look forward to talking to you soon. Bye now.